Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Brahmachari Yamuna Tira Brahmachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Vallabha Radha Vallabha Shri Radhe Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagi Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, ISKCON Guru Vrinda Ki Jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Om Agyantamirandasya Ginandana Shalakaya Chaksharan Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katam Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Pachitanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhutai Mahat Prema Pura Vibhur Nirmayakshate Adamusha Purusha Vamteganan Sudasa Sadasmaka Yalang Krishishta Bhagavan Vachamsi Me Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So, today we'll have the last session on discovery of personal mission based on Bhagavad Gita. And this is one of the key themes of Bhagavad Gita, which are based on two concepts. One is Swadharma and the other one is Swabhava. Swadharma means your main role in life, the duty, something which you can really contribute. And Swabhava means your nature, material nature, But even material nature is given by Krishna, and so that's why it is important. And this is again chapter 18. We'll read two texts which are connected to each other, and which are speaking on the subject. So this is text 59 and 60. Yat ahankaram ashrityana yatsa iti mannase mitaisa vyavasayaste prakritistvam niyoksyati. If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in warfare. Arjuna was a military man and born of the nature of the Kshatriya. Therefore, his natural duty was to fight. But due to false ego, he was fearing that by killing his teacher, grandfather, and friends, he would incur sinful reactions. Actually, he was considering himself master of his actions, as if he were directing the good and bad results of such work. He forgot that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present there, instructing him to fight. That is the forgetfulness of the conditioned soul. The Supreme Personality of Godhead gives directions as to what is good and what is bad, and one simply has to act in Krishna consciousness to attain the perfection of life. No one can ascertain his destiny as the Supreme Lord can. Therefore, the best course is to take direction from the Supreme Lord and act. No one should neglect the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the order of the spiritual master, who is the representative of God. One should act unhesitatingly to execute the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That will keep one safe under all circumstances. Text 60. Svabhava jena kontiya nibaddha svenakarmana kartum nichasyan mohat karishyasya vasho pitat. Under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction, but compelled by the work born of your nature, you will act all the same, O son of Kunti. Purport. If one refuses to act under the direction of the Supreme Lord, then he is compelled to act by the modes in which he is situated. Everyone is under the spell of a particular combination of the modes of nature and is acting in that way, but anyone who voluntarily engages himself under the direction of the Supreme Lord becomes glorious. So, the direction is given in here in Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna is telling Arjuna that he who should use his nature in his service. And so in the same way, it applies to us, that all of us have particular nature, and the strongest and the best position for us would be to act according to our nature and dedicate that in the service of the Lord. And so the first thing, as we have discussed, is to become free from the influence of, as Prabhupada would say, society, friendship, and love. All the external circumstances which are pressuring us, and of course especially money factor, right? That we do something which we may not really love doing, but we do it because we have to survive in this world. And the same stands for social interactions. We might be doing certain things which, well, we are maybe not really inspired to do, but we do that to look good, etc., etc. So there is a lot of pressure from all sides. And the simple test for whether I'm really doing what I should be doing is very simple. It's whether we are inspired or not. Because the nature of the soul is happiness. And so if you act according to your material nature, which is given to you by the Supreme Lord, then you will feel more happy in life because you are really doing what the Lord wants you to do rather than so many other people around you want you to do, right? Or the circumstances dictate you should be doing, right? That's called conditioning. And in here it is recommended to have a spiritual master, because spiritual master is the transparent via media, the one who actually helps you to be liberated from all this conditioning and actually acting against your nature, motivated by circumstances around you, right? And if you are free, then you won't be obeying to the circumstances, but rather you will be forming the circumstances around you to make them compatible or suitable to what you want to do. And so it's kind of interesting concept that real servant of the Lord is master of circumstances. Because all the circumstances are under the control of the Supreme Lord. And so if you act according to your nature in the service of the Supreme Lord, then circumstances do not really matter. And even if they are appearing to be unfavorable, you will still find out the way how to influence it. As Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness means discovering how to get the best deal out of the bad bargain. And so, the big factor, yesterday we spoke about the death factor, right? We have done two particular exercises. One was that you were asked the question, if you would die, if you would die, whom do you want to cry? Or if you would die, what do you want people to appreciate about you, right? What kind of legacy you want them to recognize? Legacy is a big thing, right? That if you are serving the Lord, then you should be thinking beyond this lifetime. And you should be thinking, what would people benefit from after you leave this world, right? What will stay beyond, what will stay behind you after you leave, right? And we can see again, Srila Prabhupada's example, so much legacy, right? Books, temples, devotees, unlimited ways how so many people benefiting from what he has done. So this is the ideal example, right? And we're kind of mentioning that if you want to achieve perfection in Krishna consciousness, you would have to be very ambitious in the service of the Lord, And that, interestingly enough, will automatically help you to become humble personally. Because a simple thing, if you want to achieve something very serious in your lifetime, right, you would need support and blessings from so many people. And in order to get that, you would need to be very humble. So it's kind of automatic, right? Because someone who is very arrogant and proud will never get much support and will never get much blessing and will never really achieve much. And so, yes, legacy is really the key word which we should be meditating upon. That's why Narada Muni says that thoughtful people, they strive for the goal which is not attainable in this universe, even if you cover it from top to the bottom, from Brahmaloka to the lowest planet. Tasyaiva heta prayatata kovido. So, yeah, devotees, that's an indication that devotees' aspiration goes beyond not only this lifetime, but even beyond the universe. So devotees are highly ambitious in the service of the Supreme Lord, and that automatically helps them to develop humility. And so, death is also connected to fear, right? Because the fear factor is actually the biggest obstacle in our life, right? That this very popular question, what if something will go wrong, what if, right? And we can understand that if Prabhupada would consider all these factors, what if he would never be able to achieve what he has achieved. And so it's very interesting that the first divine quality listed in the beginning of the 16th chapter is Abhaya. Abhaya Sattva Samshuti Jnana Yoga Vyavastiti. That you need to be fearless, right? And that will help you to purify your life and understand things very clearly. And so, we'll be looking at fears today and getting rid of fears. And developing our fearlessness and really defining what is it that we were born for, what we want to dedicate our lives to. So that's the short introduction, and most of tonight's we want to dedicate to practices. But before we do that, if there are any questions on what we've discussed, we can shortly clarify them and then move on to practical exercises. So, everything is clear? Okay. Good, I'm glad. I hope it's all clear rather than other way around. Nothing is clear. Yeah? Everyone's interested in this subject, self-discovery? We should be, because this is what our whole life depends on, right? That there is nothing easier than to complicate your life, right? And so I'm sure that You don't want to waste your life going in the wrong direction. And so yes, then the exercise I suggest you do is imagine that there are certain things we kind of dream in life, right? But we never end up doing those things because we think, what if this fear comes in, that what if I will spend so much time and energy and money and nothing will come out of it, and I'll be just wasting so many years or whatever of my life without any result. So that's really big fear, right? But imagine that Krishna personally tells you, you choose whatever you want to do, and I personally guarantee that you will be successful, right? So if that would happen, if Krishna would guarantee you absolute success in anything you want to try, you dare to try, then what would you actually do and why? Yeah, good question. Okay, then find yourself some other devotee and share with each other the answer. What would you dare to try, and why would you do that and not anything else? If your success would be absolutely guaranteed by the Lord. All right? Go ahead. can never become robots. Krishna will always give us food. Huh? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, 1 more minute, finishing up, if anyone hasn't finished yet. Okay, finishing up. So let's check and see if, without necessarily sharing what is it that you discussed, if that exercise helped you to change your consciousness or realize anything in any way. Yeah, anyone wants to share? Yes.
Before sharing what I was feeling so small about myself. I was feeling small about myself. And when I shared ideas, when I saw another person appreciating those ideas, somewhere I
Can you speak louder, please?
So when I shared with another person and he appreciated those ideas, that made me feel like, yes, it can be achieved.
Mm.
I should go for that.
Okay, very interesting. When we get the feedback, we feel more confident in doing what we want to do. Yes? Thank you. Anyone else had any realizations from this exercise?
It had to be in a much bigger scale, because there was no, like, doing this exercise of thinking of Krishna would just fulfill that and take away all the difficulties then. It made me think in a completely different level what I could achieve.
Okay, so it helped you, fearlessness helped you to scale up your activity. Good. Think on a bigger scale. Okay, anyone else? Yes?
I was just thinking, if I'm a servant, I have to wait for the master to tell me what to do instead of having my plan. So I just wait in the corner of the orders, whatever I feel like needs to be done, because planning, and my planning may be separate from Krishna's planning. Once Prabhupada said, don't be the cause of your activities. And that means my desires, my plans, whatever. Trying as much that I'm doing the best, but at least that's my intention.
Okay. So you felt that your plan might not be in line with Krishna's plan.
If I do the planning, yes, it was in the past, so you give up planning because if that's not what Krishna has in store for you, then it's not going to work.
Yes.
So it's not point of planning because you see no use of it.
So you thought that better not to plan anything?
Yes.
Very interesting. Even though this is totally opposite to what Krishna recommends in Bhagavad Gita, Vyavasayatmika buddhirekeha kurunandana, that those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. So there should be aim and there should be resolute purpose, resolute determination. So, and as Prabhupada says that one who has no goal is like a ship without a rudder. Or the other example he gave is football. You know, not the game, but the ball itself. And it's been kicked by the players in different corners of the field. In the same way, karma is kicking us, and we are flying in different directions. Why? Because we don't have any goal, because we don't have any aim. And so it's very important to have.
But Krishna is giving us the aim and the path.
Yes?
And he's
Bhagavad
giving
Gita.
intelligence as well as what to do and how to do.
Yes, Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's direct words. So, and Krishna says we should have a goal. And so if we don't have a goal, that's a very troublesome situation. Yes? Adipurush Brahma.
A heavy sense of responsibility comes because whatever you're going to do is going to be successful. You should be careful. At the same time, there's also a sense of freedom that you get. Okay, Krishna is guaranteeing success, so it lives the heaviness of the fear factor is taken away. So you're free to act. At the same time, you realize that I'm responsible for my actions because it's going to be successful as per Krishna's word. So, as Vivekeshwari was saying, yes, you can scale up and think big. So that was one idea. You can mind and think without limitation. But I should also be careful because
Mm-hmm.
Similar to what Brahmachari's mindset was. He had something in mind and Lord appeared. Oh, the Lord is going to give me whatever I'm going to ask. So, but then he kind of changed and he said, oh, I don't want it now. So, sense of freedom and sense of responsibility and thinking big. Those factors came, at least I felt like.
Okay. So it helped to think big. It gave sense of freedom, but it also gave sense of responsibility. Very good. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes?
Several devotee meditation guru said, I could think big without worrying about the resources, and if I have resources or not.
Okay, yeah. We can think big if we have a lot of resources. And it connects back to the point we presented in Prabhupada's example as spiritual entrepreneur. Have abundance mentality rather than scarcity mentality, because all the resources are available already. You just have to really define how do you want to utilize those resources. Yeah, there is plenty. I mean, this world is so full of money. It's bursting with money. It's like $14 trillion circulating on this planet every day, and $1 trillion is a lot of money, believe me. And there are 14 trillions. Yes, yes.
I'm also getting the feeling that I'm not a doer, it's only, I'm just an instrument and Krishna is through me. It's like,
Yes, very good, yes. If we think in a fearless way, we can understand that we are instruments in Krishna's hands.
It also helps us, it forces us to question our priorities. Like, we think big and we want to do a lot of things, but then we question ourselves, is that really our priority? And if not, then we have to somehow make it our priority. And also it forces us to surrender more. Krishna said that we are not the controller, he is, so we have to surrender more and more.
Very good, yes. I think this is the best thing, right? That if we think big, then we are forced to surrender to Krishna. Because without Krishna's mercy, there is no possibility of doing anything big, and yes, priorities are automatically come in place. All right? And so, now I want you to do something which is a little bit opposite. Because, mind has these two sides of it, sankalpa, vikalpa. Sometimes mind is accepting things and sometimes mind is rejecting things. And so some people tend to be more on the sankalpa wavelength. They are called optimists, positive thinkers, right? But other people tend to be pessimists, vikalpa, right? Rejecting things. And oftentimes people who come to spiritual practices, unfortunately, they are driven by frustration in life, by failures, right? And they try to hide from responsibilities, try to hide from active position, from having active position, right? Trying to merge into nothingness, kind of Buddhist or impersonalist thinking, right? That being person, being responsible in my life, that gives me a lot of trouble. So let me become nothing, and then I'll be happy. And so, again, it's driven by fear. But, fear means I don't want to take risk, right? But we were at one startup center giving one workshop in Brisbane, and devotee pointed at one slogan they had there, and the slogan was saying the biggest risk in life is not to take any risk. That's the biggest risk. And we can understand if Prabhupada would not take risk, none of us would be here tonight also, right? And none of us would be practicing Krishna consciousness. So we owe everything to the devotees who have taken risk. And so if we are not taking any risks for Krishna, then we are basically wasting our lives and living in vain. And so thinking of that or meditating on this factor, if we don't do anything with our lives, then nothing will change for good, right? And so I wanted you to think and share of 5 types of activities or professions, whatever, you absolutely would hate to have anything in common. Right? 5 situations, 5 activities, 5 professions, or 5 jobs if you want, right? Whichever you would absolutely hate to get stuck with in this lifetime. Something you absolutely don't want to have anything to do with. Yeah? Okay. You can share with each other. What are the things you don't want to happen to you? Another minute and we should be finishing up. Okay, let's finish up. Somehow it seems to be very attractive to speak about negative things, right? Devotees cannot stop. Okay. Yeah, I've noticed that devotees had a lot of fun doing that. So, anyone had any realizations? Did it help you in any way? No? It didn't help you in any way? Yes?
It helped a lot in the way that when we share with each other the situations that we don't want to be in, we somehow also share that we might have got into that situation, but how Krishna actually protected us, and how we felt His presence, that that we can overcome fear. It's not like, and I think that happens through sharing, because we talk to each other and we feel that, I feel that there will be a situation where I absolutely don't want to be, but if Krishna puts me in that situation, then somehow that assurance I got that He will protect as well. So.
Okay, so even if we get in these situations we don't want to be, we have faith that Krishna will protect us. Yes?
Well, first I was thinking this other identification, I don't want to be that other identification, and at the end I concluded even the good things are not good, because it's all material energy, it's all illusion. And I said I don't want to be simply a servant of material energy and illusions.
Okay.
Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter.
Okay, yes, whatever situation is under the influence of Maya is, even if it is appearing to be good, it's not good for us. All right, anyone else? Yes?
I think it just makes you realize that, okay, these are your fears, but these are potentially the aspects of yourself that you have to work on.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. To be able to grow.
Yeah, We see what we don't like, and then we realize that these are our weak points, right? We have to work on. Good.
No, I just found that maybe if we are not sure of what we want to do, if we at least know what we don't want to do, then we have like a clue, of our nature.
Okay, yes. At least it's good to know what we don't want. That gives us choice. Good. Yes.
I felt that if in my life these things come in front of me, on what means, basically after discussing those activities of profession, it came to me that, okay, these are the things I don't want to waste my time on. Even if I happen to bounce or have something to do with these activities, because I don't want to waste my time on this, rather do something that.
Okay, so defining what we don't want helps us not to be entangled in those activities, right? Good.
I think that's how merciful Krishna is, that he doesn't be in any of those situations. There are so many situations we could be, and there are already what they are. But I can't handle those situations, and Krishna has been merciful by not letting me in those kind of situations.
Okay, yes, Krishna is merciful that he is protecting us from those things which are not favorable for us.
So as long as they are abominable activities, we have to avoid. But even other activities which are material and not abominable, then we should not be attached to not doing those activities. If they can be connected to Krishna like that, then we should not be attached to not doing some activity. As long as if we engage that service in work in Krishna's service, then we should not be too attachment. As long as we engage in Krishna's service, if no work is abominable, if that is not like for example, like somebody is working in a meat industry and such activities it's not good, but otherwise other activities like working in a bank or anything like that, if that can be engaged in Krishna's service, whatever bad is there in that will be taken out, even though whether I am attached to doing it or not, but still that activity, if they can be offered to Krishna, then that can be.
Good. So you've realized that only the activities which cannot be dedicated to Krishna are undesirable, and anything else can be used for Krishna.
We should
Good.
not be attached to not doing those activities because of our disliking it, but if they
Okay.
can be engaged in Krishna's service, then it is very.
Okay. Yes. It should not be based on our liking and disliking, but whether it can or cannot be engaged in Krishna's service. Good. Somebody else wanted to say? Okay. All right. Are there any questions left? So, or shall we carry on? Yes? Everyone's excited? All right, for the next one, now we're gonna be working on positive side. From Vikalpa into Sankalpa again. But I want you to have smaller groups, maybe 3, ideal. Groups of 3, but these should be groups of devotees who know each other quite well. So, yes, please look around and get together with the devotees who know you quite well. Try to get into this kind of smaller groups. And once you get in those, I'll tell you what to do next. I hope everyone here knows at least 1 or 2 people. 3, 4 maximum. More than 4 would be hard to manage. Three is ideal, but not more than 4. Okay. So, thank you. Now you will be giving each other feedback because you're supposed to be knowing each other quite well. You can tell each other what are you good at and what are the potential things you could be really good at in life. What you would contribute. And, the first question is that, say, if this person would not be here, would not be in my life, what would I be missing, right? Say, like, if I look at Narahari Priya Prabhu, I should be asking, or I should be telling him what would I miss in life if he would not be connected with me, like that. So, you understand? Is that clear? That you tell each other what's really special about you, what is it that unique about you, what is it that you are contributing, and what you could be doing in life really well. Yeah? Okay, go ahead. We should be finishing soon. Anyone has finished? Please raise your hand if you finished in your group. 1 minute, okay. 1 more minute. Okay? I hope everyone got little feedback. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So everyone got some feedback? Yes? Anyone left without feedback? Please raise your hand. Okay. Anyone heard something which was interesting, kind of discovery for you? Yes? Please raise your hand if you heard something which was a discovery for you. No, what? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Okay, you were just too lazy to raise your hands. All right, so any realizations? If anyone wants to quickly share? Not necessarily that something specific, but in general. How it helped you, if it did, yes?
I was thinking that, okay, whatever the abilities I have, how can I use that in Krishna consciousness to connect someone?
Good.
And also the importance of the person who's in my life, how he's helping me in my spiritual life.
Okay, so that made you think of how you could use your nature and capacity in Krishna consciousness and helped you to realize the importance of good association, inspiring association, yes?
I felt after being into Krishna consciousness service, I felt my abilities has gone more stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of missing my someone who brought me into this, and he's not in Sri right now. So I felt things that I learned from him and missing those things right now. And these all things.
Okay, so Krishna conscious environment was very beneficial for you.
Yes, correct.
Good.
It made me feel that sometimes I think that only I have got hurdles in the path of bhakti, but when I see other devotees that they might be struggling with much bigger hurdles than me, but they're still advancing because they have that faith that motivates me, and I feel their presence is really needed, that association is really needed for me to progress, that my hurdles are nothing.
Okay, yes, by seeing how others overcome their obstacles, our obstacles diminish in size.
I think it's how much word it is the business of observing, people are learning from you. As much as you may be doing the smallest thing, as much like you learn from other people's actions, but people are actually watching you. And so it makes you realize how conscious you have to be at every point of what you're doing.
Okay, yes. When we see that people appreciate something, that helps us to become more conscious and more careful. Good. Yes.
I have a couple of things which I find. The first is like my own good fortune to be known to to know such wonderful devotees. The second feeling which I got was that Krishna is so merciful that I can always go back to them. And the third feeling which I got was that I should serve them more. I'm not able to serve such wonderful devotees association that I have, so I need to be more serving to them.
Okay. So it helped you to get inspiration and desire to serve devotees. Good. So it would be nice if we would have time for more exercises, but I hope it helped you to kind of see yourself better through other devotees' eyes and see what they appreciate and what they find valuable in what you are offering. And based on that, you could try to define your direction, in which direction you want to move. Kind of capitalize on your capacities. And there are many interesting things. For example, you don't have to be brilliant or super expert in one thing to really achieve success in life. You could be mediocre in number of things, but if you put these things together in one package, that could be more powerful than any powerful person can offer. Right? It's just really understanding who you are and what your unique contribution could be. And one thing you could do is to challenge each other's aspirations. That find a devotee whom you could kind of run things by and let him or her challenge you. And you tell that, okay, I want to move in this direction in life. This is what I want to achieve. And let them say, no, I don't believe you will be able to achieve that. And then you would have to prove them, no, you're wrong. Because sometimes we need challenges also, right? And so, if you can do that, that hopefully will help you. But let's see if we only have 2 minutes left. Unfortunately, we'll have to finish. But if there is any last question, I suppose, if anyone has, we can quickly answer. Yes.
You mentioned one point that the easiest thing is to complicate one's life. So can you give some thoughts on how, as a devotee, sometimes people or devotees complicate their lives? And how should we make sure that we are not?
Yes, yes. Key word in life is responsibility. And so your life will be complicated if you don't take responsibility, because this is when you will live in a football style, right? And you will be that ball which people will be kicking around. And then we should not be complaining about the results, because this is the situation we put ourselves into by not really making very clear stand and making very clear choice and having a goal and moving towards that goal. And then your life will be very, very complex. And it will be full of negativity, full of guilt, full of blame, full of shame, and full of all kinds of things you don't want to see. Last one. Okay, Prabhu was first.
How do we handle unfavorable situations?
How do we handle unfavorable situations? Well, take advantage of this, that it says